Hello my friends, welcome to another episode of Titan Quest 2. My name is Wilfred. So again, this is early access and not much is happening. Act 1 and Act 2 is coming up soon. There are 4 masteries for a start, and you can do a combination of any of the two. So this is the last combo that I'm going to play, which is a Reaver. So all in all, I've done 7 characters, including an unblasted character, which is just no mastery at all. Now, a Reaver is a combination of warfare and a rook. So, as you can imagine, this is a very high DPS and tanky as well. This boss was 2 level above me, and my character was taking some pretty bad beating, but still managed to survive. So I was quite surprised as well. So I'm going to do a live commentation on the various kind of boss fight, just to talk about what's behind the scenes. So now, when I play this character, of course, onto the 7th character, suffice to say, I do have some pretty nice gears lying around in the stash I can share with other characters, and that's the beauty of playing this game and playing the odds as well. You can just benefit from some of the gears that you have collected. And I think I was a little bit too greedy, I must say. I really want to equip some very good gear, and that costs a lot of attribute on the primary stat of the one that I'm using here, might, I think. And with that, I sacrifice on fitness and vigor. Vigor is one that will give you the health and so on. So it is a pretty kind of not that high health character, but it does get better towards the end, of course. Now, there aren't really a lot of ability I'm using right now. It is Whirlwind, which is one of my favorite, very nice and smooth in this game. And I couple that with the Aura, which is the preparation from Rook, and it's very nice Aura. I played that in my last build as well. It does give you a kind of poison damage and kind of damage over time as well, and it kind of convert everything to poison, buff the poison a great deal. So it's a different way of playing the game. And I'm using the leap as well. The leap does pretty good DPS, help you to get around different places. You can debuff the enemy as well if you wish to. And all in all, I like the leap, just that the cooldown is pretty long. So yeah, and I was quite happy and glad that I managed to take down the enemy. And then I looted one of the epic items, or unique item they call it, and I've been seeing this a lot, of course, and I managed to kind of equip that. It was pretty good. There's a very nice stats here. Now this is the king of whatever it is. Now this one is 5 level below me. It wasn't by design. It's just when you open up the map, you don't really know which area is for what level, so you just randomly explore the area. No one guide you where to go, which I think is nice. It's not that linear, but it also means that sometimes you may face bosses that are much higher level than you, like 2 levels higher than me, the other one that you saw, or this guy here, which is like 5 levels below me. So it become quite easy. And you see, there you go, the king is dead. So yeah, and this one is kind of different from the other one, is that I've managed to get the Doom Horn, and as well as the what's the other one, Vanish. So I don't really like the horn because it doesn't really gel. Oh, by the way, this is Pam, my favorite fight, boss fight. I don't really like the horn because it has a debuff with the time to it, and it kind of disrupt my whole Whirlwind. But I like the other one, the Vanish. Vanish is another rogue ability that give a very nice movement speed if you so wish to, as well as the very high attack speed as well. So when you do Whirlwind, when you increase the attack speed, then you spin faster, then hit more as well. So it's very nice. So this is against Pam, and I think I was 2 level above Pam. But usually Pam is quite strong. It's one of the strongest enemy that in the game so far, I think. So yeah, I was quite happy. Can burn, because I usually, when I take down, when I face Pam, usually I'm like 2 level above anyway. There about level 20 is when you hit this part of the game, right? So it looks quite good. And I've also got one that's called Mark for Death as well. I could use it as well, but I just find it a little bit hard to target, and somehow it just disappeared. I'm not quite sure why. maybe I'm just not too used to it. So a lot of time I just end up using Vanish, and it just whirlwind across, and I use a leap as well, as you can see. But yeah, after you click the Vanish, your character move a lot faster, spin a lot faster too. So yeah, it's pretty good. It doesn't even get into the next phase for Pan, because Pan usually does the the fire that goes around. Not this type, the other one that goes around. There's quite a lot of things to dodge. But so I'm pretty happy. Managed to take him down quite reasonable kind of speed. So it's one of the best results I've seen so far. Suffice to say, I think I tend to say that this is the most OP kind of like character, but I think it's also because once I know how to play this game, once I know how to balance between all the defense stat as well as the offense stat, I think I'm getting better. And by the way, for this character, all my resistance are quite decent as well, almost capped, so I'm quite okay against all the poison or fire or kind of like cold damage or lightning damage. So these are pretty good. Then armor is decent as well, and so on. So it's tanky. It's one of my I would say it's one of my favorite builds so far, really. I keep saying that, but it is really one of my favorite. I like the fact that there's a damage over time as well. You can see that sometimes I don't need to, I can just move away and the character just like, the enemy just disappear and so on. So yeah, I mean, and this particular divine challenge could be a little bit challenging as well, because unlike the first one that you see don't see here, but that this is the second encounter when you get a whole lot of divinity points. So this one's supposed to be a little bit harder compared to the other one. So it's quite punishing as well if you don't kind of like do it well. So but yeah, I'm happy that it all turns out quite well. And then after that, really is all about putting more points into the preparation that I've got here, as well as putting more points onto the Whirlwind. I don't necessarily invest a lot on the Doomhorn nor the Vanish, nor the other one. So the leap as well, just 3 points is good enough for most of them. And of course, some of these passive are very, very nice as well. Yeah, suffice to say, I enjoy it a lot. So so that is the just right before the boss fight. And the next boss is also quite decent. This is a 19 versus 22, so 3 levels. So I'm out leveling the boss, but then again, I've also seen other characters of mine that suffer for quite a bit. And the good thing about Whirlwind is that it's just so good at the overall area damage, and the fact that you can move around and still do damage, unlike some of the other kind of like classes whereby I have to dodge and I have to avoid the thing, and yet I can't really do damage. And this one I can just continuously burn the boss. It's so good. And I play a lot of Whirlwind character as well across different games, but I think the implementation is really well here. Now, so what's next? There are still 4 more possibility to do, meaning that I can do a pure class. So I can do a pure rook or pure earth, which is fire. I can do a pure storm as well as a pure warfare. I'm very keen to try out. I do not know if I do a pure, would it be harder than a dual kind of mastery versus and of course I'm sure it's still better than unblasted, but I'm just very keen to see whether or not it will be a tougher one, and what is the real perk on it on doing a pure class. And I suppose, and I can imagine, probably because right now it's just the Act 1 and the early game, but as the kind of like mastery get expanded, maybe doing a pure class can enable you to pick up something quite interesting as well. So I don't know, stay tuned, and if you have questions, do feel free to drop me a comment below. I'll try my best to answer the question. I'm going to take a break, heading to a holiday back in my birth town, but after I'm back, I'll do more videos for you. See you guys there. Bye.